Welcome one and all to the stream. Let me just turn this down a little bit. Uh, Busha Kakana, yes it is. It's actually it's meant to be like a little reference to the game that we're playing today. Hi everyone. We are playing Live Alive. The reason that I've got Lo-Fi Megalovania playing is because the name Megalovania from Undertale was inspired by a song from Live Alive called Megalomania. And I thought that would be a neat little Easter egg. To be honest, I went and looked for a lo-fi version of Megalomania, but I couldn't find one. But I thought, you know what? There's definitely a Megalovania. Definitely a Megalovania one. Oh dear, my screen's gone dark. I should probably hide my Mimikyu. So, I'm just going to talk over this lo-fi for a little bit. Live Alive came out, I believe, in 1994 on the SNES in Japan, and never got a Western release. There was plans to localize it, but it never quite came to fruition. It's one of those early Square games that people talk about in the abstract, and it's like, oh, it was an amazing game, and it kind of tipped the genre on its head and stuff like that. It was very different, very interesting, and like I believe people are still working on a fan translation for the SNES one, but last year, Square Enix announced HD 2D remake, localized, voiced, Live Alive. So I was very excited for it, and to be honest, I didn't know if I was going to get it today, because my shipping said it was going to arrive tomorrow. So I was glad to wake up today to find out that, nope, I have it here. Wait, it's live, yes, so the only reason I know it's Live Alive is from I think it was the Nintendo Direct that they announced it on, and they went, coming soon, Live Alive. It's not Live Alive, as far as I am aware. Also, it's Live Alive that if you look at the box art for the Japanese SNES version from 1994, in katakana underneath it, it says Raibu Araibu. So it's definitely meant to be live rather than live. So that's not just because of the Nintendo Direct, but the game has always been known as Live Alive. But, I mean, I'll be honest, I didn't know it was Live Alive until the announcer called it that. So where's my controller? So I've got my controller. Let's quieten the music. I've not booted up the game. It did not even need an update. It's literally version 1.00, which I don't remember the last time I played a game that was 1.00. Hold on, maybe Bayonetta. Oh, okay, I take that back. So, what do I know about Live Alive? There are 7 characters, there are 7 stories. It's kind of... They've got their own thing going on, they're kind of independent, but from what I've been told, they kind of intermingle. So it's probably like if you've played 13 Sentinels, I think it's kind of like that, almost. But I've avoided spoilers and stuff like that. But let's get into it, and I have to say I'm pretty excited for this. So yeah, let's go. And thankfully, it's voice acted as well, so I get to be a little lazier on today's stream. So I know that the characters somewhat maybe interact like in the second half of the story, but I really don't know much, and I'm kind of excited. It's normally I've accidentally spoiled something for myself at this point or not, but no. This is gonna be brand new territory for me. Creating game. This game uses autosave, whatever. L I V E E. Livia. Welcome to... That's the game. Live Evil. Yep, so 1994. I got the year right. That's good. The music is by... Is their name in the credits here? No. Yoko Shimamura. You may know her from Kingdom Hearts. Nice to meet you, Busha. Hope you have a lovely day finding random retrievers. Have a good day. The music is by Yoko Shimamura. I think I've got that name wrong. She is famous for a lot of things, to be honest, not just Kingdom Hearts. She did the song Somnus for Final Fantasy 15. You will have heard her music if you've ever played a Japanese game. But yeah. Let us Hit start. Settings. Let's speed that up. We'll keep these on. Graphics. I never mess with like the gamma or the brightness. Character names entered in one language may not be displayed correctly after changing to another. If this error occurs, please check the previously selected text. Okay, let's give the English dub a chance. And if it's not good, we can change it. So, let's leave it in English for now. Yeah. That may change. We shall see. So I don't know if I choose my character right away, or if... This is also my first HD 2D game. So... Okay, so I can have Edo Japan, Imperial China, the present day, prehistory, the Wild West, the near future, and the distant future. I'm going to go with the Wild West. The American frontier is a place of foolish dreams and dashed hopes. A tired soul rides into a dying town terrorized by outlaws. Success, they call it. Though, to look at it now, none can imagine why. Against a gang of villains, a lone gunslinger stands no chance. But perhaps by working together with the locals to prepare traps before the crazy bunch arrives, one man may yet make a difference. Howdy. I'm Woody. Howdy, 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 howdy. The direction an enemy is facing will affect the accuracy and effectiveness. Oh, okay. Open the door, get on the floor. Everybody walk the dinosaur. Oh yeah, we walking. To the Crystal Saloon. Is he gonna get like knocked back out again? Written and designed by Ishiwata. Oh my goodness, Rat Jam. Whatever the song is, it's a bop.
Howdy, Sheriff. Something to drink?
Oh, howdy.
Nope, but I got something for you to post up.
More trouble in these parts, huh? I swear. Thought it couldn't get any worse after that last bunch rolled in.
I feel like this is my way of playing Wild Arms without playing Wild Arms right now.
Okay. What's your clever moniker?
Be advised that names cannot be changed. Yeah, I'll just keep them as their default. Sundown, that's a cool name.
Kid, huh? Don't look all that young to me.
What if I just named them all Kyle? Oh god, it is Wild Arms. We riding. Is anything gonna happen, or are we just good? Okay, never mind. Is it just gonna keep on not doing anything?
Fancy meeting you here, partner.
And they're both boys.
Why the long face? Reckon you'd be relieved to finally put this life on the lam behind you.
Pay no attention to my articulation.
Honestly,
Look at my
little
trucker hat.
gratitude would be appreciated. Come on, let's do this proper.
Let's dance.
Can't have people casting aspersions on the great bounty hunter, Mad Dog. No, sir. Never let it be said he shot an unarmed man in cold blood. How many times we done danced this dance now?
Alright, they're dancing. I said they'd dance.
It's almost like saying goodbye to a lover.
I told you, they're boys.
Bard had it right. Parting is such sweet sorrow.
Gonna rotate the camera. Okay, charge gauge. Charge gauge will appear above allies and enemies that are readying actions. Once this gauge is completely filled, they will execute the action. When controlling allies in battle, you may choose one of several commands. So abilities, execute attacks, heal yourself, use other abilities, use items, switch to another ally, allow enemy and ally to charge gauges, and flee. Area of effect. When selecting abilities and aims for use, the area of effect will be displayed. Use this guide to ensure your intended targets will be affected. When an ally's HP is reduced to 0, they will no longer be able to fight. Restoring any amount of HP will put them back in action. Be warned that if all allies are incapacitated, the game will end. If an incapacitated ally is damaged further, they will be immediately dismissed from the fields. Dismissed characters cannot rejoin via healing or any other method. Okay, so... Okay. Can I rotate the camera? The answer is no. So can I just go... Oh no, that was charging his gauge. I didn't do anything! Okay, single shot. Okay, a few things here. Double shot. Fire 2 shots in quick succession. Fire a jacketed bullet that will pass through an enemy and hit others behind them. That's not useful, right? Fire a bullet that expands on impact and sends an enemy reeling. Okay, let's do that one. So I need to move here. There we go. He's... Oof. Oh. Night night. That was a good song.
You son of a bitch!
Excuse me?
Finish me, goddammit! Don't you dare walk away from me again!
When you walk away.
Finish me! Whoa!
Oh, Nelly. You want to lift into town or nah?
How dare you! Shooting at my Goldie? Killing a man is one thing, but you leave his horse out of it. I ain't done talking!
So I wonder if do any of the playable characters talk? Or is it just relying on everybody else?
Another town.
Oh, there we go. The Wild West. The Winder. I can see all the pixels. This must be the power of the HD 2D. Reminds me of like those like early voxel games that everyone was making. Radar. The radar located in the bottom right corner of the screen can be used to identify unexplored areas and guide you to your current objective. So, grey is unexplored, blue is to explored, orange is current objective, and... oh, okay. Okay. So I need to make my way towards the orange, is what they're saying. Any kind of menu? Oh, okay. So I'm already level 9. Old and beat up like its owner. I have to read some of this later. Oh. Hello? Okay, I'm gonna guess these are all locked until... yeah. Tadaima! So when I said this was my first HD 2D game, technically I played the demo for Octopath, but it was only the demo. Howdy. Hell yeah, brother.
Soy comandante de las yeguas, yo y yo solo.
Cállate.
Hello. Greetings, my friend. We're all friends here. You a vaquero? Ah, maybe not. Tequila, yes, tequila. That's what you need, yes? Look at, like, this fucking JRPG party. Can I help you? Flask of herbal liniment, huh? Looked up. Alright, let's interact with what we're supposed to. I'll have a drink, please.
Howdy, stranger. Thirsty? Or you got a hankering for something more substantial? Free of charge, of course.
God damn, is it hot out there?
Oh, I mean, UK right now.
Barkeep, the usual.
Why is my drink free?
Hey, stranger. Seems you're sitting on my favorite stool.
I don't take too kindly.
Hey, you deaf or just stupid?
That's enough. Your name on it, huh? 'Cause I don't see it. Do you? Waltzing in here, acting like you own the place, without spending a dime. We don't need that kind of customer. No, thank you.
Exactly. Girl boss, gaslight, gatekeep.
Now, Annie, darling, there's no need to make a scene.
So why does she have footsteps but he didn't? That's what I want to know.
Annie!
Annie.
Settle down now.
Don't you talk to me like that. Big, strong men striding around like you own the place because of what you got dangling between your legs.
I like this girl.
Wayne! James! Clint!
Oh, these are all... I get it.
Cesar! You got cojones? Well, don't you? So use them!
Oh, Annie.
I'll mark this guy, don't worry.
Full of fire and fury. Real Hellraiser. I love it. I mean it, darling. Be my woman.
Get away from me!
Smack him. Hell yeah.
Annie. Darling. I know you didn't just raise a hand to me. 'Cause there's some things a man cannot abide.
Leave her alone.
Alright, Pipsqueak.
Billy!
This Billy kid's about to get
It
smacked,
isn't
isn't he?
the brave sheriff's little brat. Here to save the day, huh? I hate to break it to you, kiddo. But I ain't got time for your shit.
Dang. Is he considered baseball? That was a decent throw.
Whoops. Sorry about that, stranger. The boy was out of line, but I hope you can find it in your heart to forgive him. Tell you what, let me buy you a drink to smooth things over. Barkeep! Milk for my new friend.
Now that I can't stand for.
Heads up! I figure that ought to suit a delicate flower like yourself.
What flowers drink milk? Send it back.
What's this? You spitting on my generosity?
That's exactly what I'm doing.
How else am I to interpret the return of this milk I see before me? And to top it off, this hangover. But that's what I get for drinking the cheap piss they serve here. Let me guess. It's not that you hate milk, but that you can't stomach it, unless it's fresh from your mother's tits.
Who wrote this? This is great. Your mother's maybe. Oh!
Your mother's, maybe.
Huh? Huh? You got a death wish? That it?
Let's go. Let's fucking go, brother. Oh, he's ugly as well. Oh, and the bands are playing for us. Wonderful. Okay. So what's quick draw? Okay, that's a reaction. Fire! Oko? Nice.
This isn't over, you hear me? You get yours! You just wait and see!
Da 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 da.
Oh, then. You ain't riding with the crazy bunch.
That was amazing!
That is the most
You
child-ass
hide he won't
voice
never
acting.
forget.
With him on our side, I just know we can beat them.
We can save Big Brother!
What's all the ruckus?
Sheriff, this fella here, see, he just rode into town and...
Oh, now you show up. In the nick of time, as always. My father, the sheriff.
This kid's getting smacked again.
Billy, son, try to understand. If we so much as look at these people the wrong way, there's gonna be hell to pay.
No, too late for that.
But if we don't take a stand, then nothing will ever change.
Oh, Annie, please.
Annie.
I don't want to hear it.
Not a sound
Our
out of
sheriff?
you.
My brother. Every last man in this town is a coward. This boy here's got more courage than all of you put together.
Sheriff, listen. This fella here, see, he just might be the answer.
Alas, good people, I fear you have misjudged the content of that villain's character.
Look at my trucker hat.
A man's name is his story, and that one speaks volumes. You deserve to know, so I'll tell you. The kid. Yeah, that's right.
That's right. Let me walk over to the left, tell you the story.
That there's the devil himself.
Okay, English dubs was a good was a good idea.
Wait a minute. It's him. On the wanted poster.
$5,000, dead or alive. And the one who's gonna bring him in
Is me.
is me, Mad Dog.
Liar!
I am many things, boy, but I am no liar.
You're a good guy, right, mister?
I'm no saint.
I'm no saint.
No. No! I don't believe it!
Always were lousy with the little ones, weren't you, kid? Goldie's still out there, you know. Lost or dead in the desert. But you'll answer for that. And everything else. Soon enough. Outside. Now.
Alright. Let's go.
It's
beyond.
a showdown.
A showdown!
Hey Google, play Showdown by Electric Light Orchestra.
Don't even think about running.
Okay. You'll win, right? You'll win, right? Nope. That's really you up on the wall, isn't it? Wanted, dead or alive. The Sundown Kid, $5,000. What about you, Annie? Do it or don't, but if you're going to do it, if you're going to do it outside. What a day. It's all going to hell in a handbasket. Sheesh, not sure if I can do anything for you. You guys are useless. Wish you luck, stranger. I would not want to face that pistolero. I would not want to face that pistolero. Surely there's no need for this. Why can't we all be friends? Anything up here? Okay, yeah, they're not gonna let me in anywhere until I do the prerequisites. I'm glad my backing band's here to play the music for me. Okay, the patented tumbleweed has passed.
Look I've never seen on you before. Oh, a pang of sadness for the end of our extended association? I understand, I truly do. But all good things must come to an end. And end it we will, kid.
Okay.
From 10 paces. Each man takes 5. I'll count it off. On the 5th, we turn and fire. Agreed?
Sure.
Right then. 1.
2.
3.
I can count to 3.
4.
I can count to 4.
5.
Okay.
He's one of the crazy bunch.
Those 2 gunslingers.
I suppose back then you didn't really need to think of creative names for your dastardly team. You could just be the Crazy Bunch, and it was like, that is the most original name I've ever heard of.
How'd they know?
Just my luck. These simpletons ruining a perfectly good duel.
Wow! You both are incredible!
With them backing us up, maybe, just maybe, we can take on the Crazy Bunch. Listen, I guarantee there's a whole lot more of them on the way, and they'll be out for blood now. You've got to help us fight!
Well, when you put it like that. Not that I could ever muster the strength to turn a woman down. Sorry, kid, but it seems our duel will have to wait. But only until after we've dealt with the Crazy Bunch.
I mean, we don't have to. There's nothing stopping us.
The Crazy Bunch ain't exactly short on shooters. Doubt we'll have a chance of beating them in a straight-up fight. I tell you what, dying heroically during a valiant last stand does not appeal to me one bit, no sir. Let's see what these folks can tell us about our would-be killers.
Solo somos humildes mariachi. Atrapados en la red del destino. Sin poder escapar de este pueblo. Donde...
You guys going to say anything else? If I'm being honest, none of us are all that good with guns, just as likely to shoot each other as one of the Crazy Bunch. There's got to be something we can do to help, isn't there? Hey, if you're serious about staying to fight, then it's only right that we fight too. That was some fine shooting, and I ain't no lie, but there's at least 15 more of those boys left. Bartender. Reckon you think about the man who named this town Reckon you think the man who named this town Success must have had a sense of humour, but you're wrong. Back in the day, the streets were filled with prospectors hoping to strike it rich in the gold rush. That's why the gangs come calling, to strip this carcass clean of the last few bits of meat on the bone. You know who leads them, don't you? The only survivor of Custer's Seventh, a devil who, by all rights, should be dead in dust. Oh, Dio, the outlaws call him. Oh my god, is this a JoJo reference? They flock to the man, their shepherd with a heart of stone. He'll have broken camp the moment you heard what you two did. Can't let it go unanswered. If you manage to get rid of those bastards, I promise we'll make it worth your while. We've got a little gold squirreled away. It's yours if we survive. You're both so fast. I just know we can get rid of those outlaws with your help.
So be it. If they've got us outnumbered, then we'll just have to even the odds before the big soiree. We ambush them, kid. We've got to prepare traps and whatnot to whittle down the gang when they ride in. That's how we'll win. Having said that, feels a bit improper for us to do all the work, given that this is as much your fight as it is ours, if not more.
I'll help. Me too.
I'm the only child in the town.
I suppose I'll do what I can.
Count me in.
Oh, who's this now? Second woman.
We already know nothing will change if we keep our heads down and stay quiet. I say enough is enough. Better to take a stand, come what may.
But, honey, it's not...
She's right.
Yeah, I'm sick and tired of them pushing us around. What about you, Cesar?
She's
Yeah, I've had it up to here with them too.
It's happening.
I knew they would. Then, my friends, the time has come.
Por la libertad y justicia, los mariachis se unen a la revolución.
Like something out of a fairy tale, isn't it?
like a fucking fairy tale, isn't it?
I believe the only one who has yet to declare their intentions is you, Sheriff.
Billy, what are you doing with your father's badge?
Here, mister. You deserve it.
I don't think I do.
My pa ain't fit to wear that badge.
I've been living in fear for the longest time. Terrified of what might happen if I dared do the right thing. But now I see. Sometimes you've got to brave the fire to forge a brighter future. They may call you the kid, but to me, here and now, you're a good man. The right man for the job. So hold on to that badge. And when the dust has settled, I pray I'll have done my part to earn it back.
Sheriff's badge, huh? I can
Not
equip
much
that.
left to discuss then, I reckon. Me and the kid will scrounge up supplies for the ambush. No point in asking y'all for help. I wager we've a bit more experience with this sort of work. Time is of the essence, kid. Can't spend too long rummaging around either, or we'll run out of time to prepare.
Mad Dog has joined the party. Oh. They'll strike at dawn. That's their way. Soon as the sun crests the horizon, they'll come riding into town from both sides. That means you've got until the 8th bell to make your preparations. You only have the one chance. If we're not ready by the time they arrive... Anyway, when you've got everything you need, come back here. We're all ready and willing to do our part. Just say the words. When the 8th bell rings at dawn, the Crazy Bunch will ride into town. Listen carefully to Mad Dog's advice and work with the townsfolk to set traps before the others arrive. So I wonder, is there actually a time limit? Setting traps is success. There are 2 ways to spend your time before the Crazy Bunch come calling. Search the town for items that can be used for traps. Ask locals to set traps with items in your inventory. Every moment counts, so think carefully before taking action.
A word of advice, kid. Remember this moment. Save the memory if you take my meaning. In case it all goes sideways.
I think I'm picking up what you're putting down. All you need to call yourself a low man in the West. Does it give me anything? Resistance to something. Alright. I'm just gonna kinda wander around. I'm looting. I'm looting. What's in here? Oh, thank you. A pouch of oil, huh? Empty, huh? Just the box. So yeah, I was using the analog stick there, but didn't feel very comfy. Wasting my time. I thought he was going to talk to me. A bottle of Miracle Tonic. Any secrets? Gonna go in. Gonna go upstairs.
First bell.
Flask of herbal liniment. Okay, we'll explore these rooms. Strip of jerky. So, Live Live was one of those games I didn't know if I'd ever get to play.
Anything but that. You hear me?
Well then. Best get a move on, kid.
Are you sure I can't?
Hey! Anything.
Okay, okay.
Well then. Best.
What if I ask nicely? Ooh, money.
Wait, please. Anything but that.
But it's for the trap.
That's this week's earnings. You can't possibly need it. I'm begging you.
Boo.
That's, well, how'd explain? That there's one of my most prized possessions. A poster of this dancing girl I fancy. Jennifer's her name.
Right.
This grace, power about her, you know? Sexy, but a little intimidating. But in a way that makes her even more appealing.
Okay.
Well, it breaks my heart to part with it. But if you really need it, so be it.
Barkeep's beloved poster. Sure. We can use it to distract them, surely. I'm guessing these are for healing. Okay. I deal in love.
No dolor, pero por ti me armaré de valor.
Agarren sus tiliches y preparen.
No seremos guerreros.
Got everything you need?
Nope.
I take it that means no.
Think you could use this? Slingshot. They'll be here before you know it, but don't spend too long gathering materials or you'll run out of time for make your preparations. There's a storehouse to the west of the bar. My blessing to take whatever you need. This may be a small town, but if you spend too much time searching for supplies, dawn will break before you know it. Maybe you'll find something in one of the rooms you can use for your ambush.
Second bell.
When you own the inn across the way, you can look around inside for supplies. You rely too much on the same kind of chaps, they might learn to recognise and avoid them. I'm no expert, but it just seems like common sense that a wide variety of chats would be most effective. Okay, inn across the way. So we've got a lot of oil. Having difficulty like seeing. Is there like side entrances or back doors? Shovel. See anything else sparkling? That looks like a path.
Oil in a bottle makes for a quick and easy way to start a fire. It'll take a moment to prepare. Reckon it's worth doing?
Yeah.
Okay, let me show you how it's done. There you go, bottled fire. Just light her up and toss quick.
I've probably missed rooms now that jerky, peacemaker, stick of dynamite. Excellent. A buntline special. Ding dong.
Third bell.
Good God, it would be nice if we were, say, saved by the bell. You know? To find that joke funny, you had to remember that there was a show and... What about this horse?
Mighty fine horse you got there, kid. A real beauty. After I collect your bounty, I'll have to buy a new one. Maybe I'll name it after you. Honor the dead.
Okay. How do we get in there? More jerky.
Oil in a bottle makes for a quick... It'll take a moment to prepare.
Might as well make another.
Okay. There you go.
Well, remember. Can I equip... Right. So it's faster, but... Nah. Oh. So... Does that mean he can fire twice? Guess we'll find out. Hold on. Okay, so how about this? We've got 2 peacemakers now. Or, oh, we're probably meant to give them to other people, right? Nothing. Let me fix that. Ding dong.
4th bell.
I heard it. Carrot. That's dumb. Interesting. No, my speed run is ruined. Went the wrong way. Is it literally called that? Wow. Literal horseshit.
Oil in a bottle. It'll take a month.
Yeah, why not?
Okay. There you go.
Oops. The last one. Ding dong.
5th bell.
Zatch bell. Makes me feel like I'm exploring the zone wrong. So I mean, I am specifically looking for the shiny ones. Because nothing else has a prompt. Nope, can't interact with him. Alright, I think that's all of them explored. Let's just check this once more. I didn't miss like a door. Frying pan. I can use it as a drying pan. Okay, checking this. This one. No, the one next door actually has a second floor. I don't think I actually went in. Okay, let's go speak to people.
Sixth bell.
Alright, okay. They'll be here before you know it. So they're not gonna...
Got everything you need?
Let's go.
Good. Then it's time to distribute your supplies to the folks here. Goes without saying that some will take longer than others to get things ready. So hurry. Time's a-wasting.
Okay. Don't even think about leaving. Don't even think about leaving me out of this because I'm a woman. What else? What can I do to help? I need to set a trap.
What kind of trap you thinking?
Maybe presumptuous to offer a woman a frying pan, but in the hands of one like that, watch out. In the hands of a brained woman ought to send an outlaw flying from the saddle. I'll be back before you know it. Hope you haven't forgotten about me, mister. I'm ready to chip in.
Need you to set a trap.
What kind of trap you thinking?
That slingshot would be handy. I won't let you down, mister.
Need you to set a trap.
What kind of trap you thinking?
That poster. Drawing the barkeep's favorite. Last time for me to do my part. I wonder if I can sneak into Annie's room and get whatever that item was now. And the money. Or is she gonna come back?
It's all coming together.
Annie's diary. Equipment. The private musings of Annie that she keeps under lock and key. Okay. Yoink!
Wait, please, that's this week's earning.
Okay, fine.
I'm begging you.
I'm a criminal! I do criminal things. I wouldn't put too much stock in my husband's claims. I handle most of the work at the boarding house.
Need you to set a trap.
What kind of trap you thinking?
If there ever was someone I'd entrust with bottled fire, it'd be her. Of course. Most skillful soul and I am more useful than our Pancho.
Need you to set a trap.
What kind of trap you thinking?
Give him a carrot, alright.
Por la vida, el honor. Somos tres, a veces algo útil.
Need you to set a trap.
What kind of trap you think?
Temper expectations.
So Somos tres, no soy el mejor ni el
Need you to
You
set
set
a
a
trap.
trap.
What kind of trap you thinking?
Coal tar.
Desafiando a la muerte esta trampa y...
Can I give him something?
Need you to set a trap.
What kind of trap you thinking?
Dynamite. Oh, when you get rid of the other ones, you all hear is maracas. I don't am cut for whatever you're planning, but if you're short of people, come to me before Caesar. Okay.
Need you to set a trap.
What kind of trap you think?
Whatever you've got in mind, I can probably handle it better than Clint. Wayne's not a bad guy, but if you've got an important job, leave it to me. I'll get it done faster.
Need you to set a trap.
What kind of trap you think?
I don't have a pit trap. What if I give him a gun?
Don't see how we could make use of that in an ambush.
Need you to set a trap.
What kind of trap you think?
Okay, what about this horse shit? Better than Clint. Better than Caesar, okay. Damn it.
Need you to set a trap.
What kind of trap you
Can I do anything with this diary?
Don't see how we could make use of that.
Okay, fair enough.
Need you to set a trap.
What kind of trap you think?
Bottled fire.
Need
you to set a trap.
What kind of trap you think?
Need you to set a trap.
What kind of trap you
Okay, on you go. Right, one more. Oh! Don't even think about leaving it.
Need you to set a trap.
What kind of trap you think?
Hey! This ain't no library! You're on thin ice, you two!
Funny.
Need you to set a trap.
What kind of trap you think?
Don't know what she can do, but... I'll send them all to do something, besides,
Seventh bell.
Somos tres a veces.
Need you to set a trap.
What kind of trap you think?
okay, well, I think all that's left is this.
Don't see how we could make you.
Somos
Alright,
a
well,
veces.
I'm trying.
Need you to set a trap.
What kind of trap you
Aunque la verdad, porque la...
For what is life not compromise?
Need you to set a trap.
What kind of trap you
I think that's... Yep, this is the last one. And now we wait. There's no music. Can I go outside and see what they're up to? Okay, everyone. Yeah, people are doing things. Good job, everyone. Am I doing it right? I think I'm doing it right. So unless they all get this stuff done soon.
Friends, is that.
Man's got to protect his home, doesn't he? This look good to you? You're never really relying on everybody finishing. Can you play Wonderwall? I don't want the diary back though.
Seventh bell! Won't be much longer now. Oh, God.
Good. Then it's time to goes without saying that. So hurry.
Rutrow.
Hey, kid. That's the 8th bell.
So should I have sent them people out earlier? Guess we'll find out. Let's see how this goes.
Thank God. Finally. After 3 days and 3 nights of walking through the desert. Civilization! At long last, see what? The good Lord hasn't forsaken us.
Are they gonna fall in the traps? Oh, okay.
Father? Father!
Strong kid. Jesus.
Huh? Why in the hell someone put this here, of all places? That's just weird.
We are merkin folk. What was it? There was 13 of them?
You will come outside and present yourselves to me at once. Refuse, and we will treat you as we would any other pests and smoke you out of your burrow.
Mister?
It's time, Mad Dog.
You got that right. I've been waiting to look this devil in the eye.
Should have equipped those guns again.
I'm coming too.
Today is not the day for you to find your courage. Should the worst come to the worst, should the 2 of us be killed, it falls to you to protect these people.
But you won't be killed, right, kid?
Of course not.
Go get him!
Okay. Yeah, please let me, let me equip those guns. A lot of silence.
Tis you, then. You who educated Pack and his brothers so deftly in the ways of war. I owe you a debt for the generosity you showed my disciples. We are men of violence, yes, but we are nevertheless men. And so, I will repay you in our common currency. In blood, and lead, and death!
Hey, what's this track? What's this track, though? Overpowering enemies. In some battles, groups of enemies may be led by a leader. By defeating the single foe, you can overpower the remaining ones and force them to retreat. So I need to move one to the left. Okay, never mind. Sorry, just trying to get a grasp of things here. Oh, I did no damage at all. Will that affect me as well? Guess we'll find out. No, it doesn't affect me. Good. Be gone. It finally hit. Does my counter activate? Yes, it does. One. Okay, I don't seem to have. One. He has resistance to that, okay. And he's gone. Any weaknesses? No. So fires 2 shots. Fires ability expands on impact, sends enemy reeling. I guess I'll just start shooting at him, I guess. No. shot at him. Right, whatever, let's get rid of these mooks.
Adios.
Alright. Well, he's vulnerable, excellent.
You and your town will be dust in the wind come tomorrow.
Bang, bang. He has a lot of health.
Like that.
Share to moderate amount of HP to allies, as well as removing queasiness or sleepiness. No, only to self. Okay, so I want to use this one actually.
Here you go.
Sorry.
Give it up.
Okay, well, I'll enhance all my attributes. Let me track. So it misses, but I don't get to get my proc because of it. Sorry, just reading the descriptions. Apparently don't use that right away, okay.
Like that.
Ride the lightning. He's done horsing around. It'll probably take a while for me to get used to these controls. So I want damage high, yeah.
Not even a scratch. Rise and burn.
We'll do another. I should survive. Oh, I'm very close to dying. Okay. Let's go.
on to the next.
Bang. Right. So I can just keep on using high, keep on doing that one because it's high damage. So it might cause a status effect.
Too slow.
I was quick to judge you. I apologize. Adios.
Quick draw? Maybe? Yeah.
Oh, you've more violence in you than I thought. Like that.
Bugle charge.
Run!
Oh, okay. I'll just do it again.
Too slow.
My warriors. My children.
Reduced to atoms.
Are you all right, mister?
Oh, that went okay.
They won. They won!
Now what?
As I live and breathe. Did he just turn into a horse?
I think he... Yeah? What?
Lord have mercy. It's true. Until Odio came along, story was that the Sioux and Cheyenne had massacred Custer 7th. Not a man survived. But a single Union horse did.
Become horse? Shoot the horse!
And they said he was death itself. And maybe they were right. Born of those fallen soldiers. Something cruel and primal.
He never slept, they said. Never slept and would never die.
I don't know how to thank you, kid. Or maybe I do. Stranger.
That's all well and good for you, but not for me. You neither, kid. We've got unfinished business, you and I.
Shipment heads.
That's right.
Stop it! Please!
You beat Odio together, didn't you?
Stay out of it. This is between me and him. Ain't that right, kid?
Yeah.
One then. Punk. Isn't that like the worst thing you could call somebody in the Wild West? Punk.
Okay then. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay. Does it get the... Oh, Jesus. Again. Uh-oh. I win. Only just.
God damn, you're fast. God damn.
Can I go now? My hero.
Do you have to go so soon?
And the horse's name was Friday.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what to say at times like this, but I suppose I ought to thank you.
Oh, I'll do it. Thank you for everything, mister. Oh, actually, if I can ask you for something?
If it's about the badge, it's okay. I don't need it anymore. Just a piece of cheap tin in the end. I reckon I can serve these people as their sheriff well enough without it.
One more thing. We can't leave you with just words. There's something else we ought to give you.
My diary.
I'm afraid we don't have a lot to offer. Just a few bits of loose gold. But if you want it, it's yours. Will you take it?
I don't want your money.
Huh? Really?
It's been a long, long time since I had the chance to do something good and decent. That's reward enough.
Oh, kid.
And he's off. To be continued? Question mark.
Well, I'll be. It's him. It's gotta be him. That man there once made a name for himself as the fastest lawman in the West. But as his legend grew, more and more gunslingers hoping to make their own came calling. Came to a head when a gang of outlaws rode through his town, leaving all manner of tragedy in their wake. Not long after, he vanished, and then a bounty was put up for a theretofore unheard of renegade. A fortune to tempt the greedy, to follow him into the desert. A means to make amends or earn a final reprieve. The kid.
Hey, mister! Kid! We'll never forget you!
I didn't ask. I guess that was the one story. See if I recognize any of these voice actors. Nope, just those two. Okay. That was a simple enough story to do. I'm sure I could have done better with the traps. I did read something about there's like secret bosses or secret super bosses in like these zones. I don't know if that's like a post game thing or what. What about that kid's... his dad got shot? Nothing for him? And still going. Sundown will return in Avengers Endgame. Oh, they're taking the poster down. Maybe. Or the kid will grow up to become the new sheriff and kill him. Oh! Bit of a weird cut. Cool. On the road again. We're just gonna look at the screen. Do you want me to press A? Yeah. I wonder how much, like, how different I could have done things, if at all. Like, what happened if I kept Annie's diary? What if I kept the poster? Okay. The jukebox has been unlocked. So that's, okay, that's it, complete. I'm kind of curious about... It's either Edo, Japan, or present day. Let's go with present day. Present time. To be the world's strongest fighter, the best of the best, a dream shared by many, but one young warrior believes he truly has what it takes to claim the title. By making the skills of other masters his own, he intends to prove himself. Muay Thai, professional wrestling, lucha libre, koppo, sambo, and sumo, the most powerful techniques of these storied traditions he will learn. All he needs to do is bait his opponents into revealing their secrets. Sure.
No matter who they are, every fighter's got the same dream.
Become number
To
one?
be the best of the best.
Yeah, okay. Lauren is now playing Animal Crossing.
That's why I've decided to go on this journey.
All I have in my home is workout gear and a table.
To put my skills to the test. To challenge the world's masters and make their techniques my own.
What is he doing? Flopping?
But they're warriors too, walking the same path, striving for the same goal. Heirs to traditions and keepers of knowledge. And like me, they probably got plenty of pride.
This is Street Fighter.
They'll not give up their secrets without a fight. So I'll give them one. Push them to the limit and force them to use their techniques. And when they do, I'll be ready. I'll see everything.
Ora, 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 ora.
I'll roll with the punches until they throw the ones that count.
This is a protagonist. This is a shonen ass protagonist. Masuda Takahara. Dang.
I'll fight my way to the top, and the world will know my name.
Blank.
Or maybe I'll fall short in the end. But hey, only one way to find out. Yeah!
Just random screaming. Wonderful. Excuse me? What is this? What is this? I select a fighter, okay. So we've got Namkiet, the Great Aja, Guile, Moribe, Max Morgan, who looks like Hogan a little bit, and Jackie Iokea. Alright, let's go for Guile. Oh, he's Russian. Armlock and cross heel hold. A Tovarish of great superpower, this special forces operator trained relentlessly in the art of assassination and hand-to-hand combat. He can render even the most powerful opponents helpless by striking at their joints and other weak points with deadly precision.
Okay!
Fools and children fight with their fists. Come, I'll show you how civilized warriors make their opponents submit.
Okay, that is a bit... It's quite Street Fighter, I think. I've not played a lot of Street Fighter. In the present-day chapter, Takahara can learn abilities during battle. When struck by certain enemy attacks, you will immediately acquire and be able to use them. Bait your opponents into using their most powerful techniques and turn their power against them to become the world's best. Ooh, listen to that sax. Punch an enemy with enough force to shatter 30 tiles. Disorient an enemy. Focus. Okay. Punch an enemy. Okay, okay. They seem to do the same thing.
Focus now. We've only just begun.
My bones! Reaction. Grapple an enemy and limit their ability to execute martial techniques. So if it's a reaction, let's just keep doing what we're doing then.
No more holding back.
And can I just do it? Will I do it again? No, I'm grappled. Right, focus. Ooh. Can't read the status, wonderful. Icon guides. Restraint, unable to. Okay. This is a. I'm not reading this right now. What does he have? 2 moves?
If you intend to carry on like that, then I'll have to adapt.
Come on, do your other move. There we go.
I take no choice.
Damn it.
Blue mage. He's a blue mage. Can I move? No. Let's try and arm lock him. Come on, reaction. There we go. Well, if he's constantly going to do this. He's resistant to those, obviously. They're his own ones, okay. I don't have anything that... I think it's like maybe like a Mega Man mechanic, where if I can pick them in certain orders, and they'll actually benefit me for a specific fight. This track slaps, though. Okay, let's go for another... hold. My leg!
I underestimated you. No longer.
Definitely not Guile. It's absolutely not Guile. Taking the blows pretty hard though. You know what? I'm just gonna keep using focus. He can't seem to heal, so. I hope I keep these powers for other fights. I have any... I don't have any items, okay. What I'm going to do... Take time to heal. I forget I can move around. Just... I wonder if distance makes a difference. I should really just hit him with, like... Let's go for it. Gale Strike!
You outwitted me.
Okay, there's something going on with this purple mist. Something's fucky.
Even with my superior grappling technique, you outwitted me. Well done.
Horror show. Oh, it's just a tournament arc, okay. Alright, so we fought Tulahan. Right, I want to fight Max Morgan. I need to know what Max Morgan's all about. American. Special techniques, Max Bomber, German suplex. The unquestioned king of American professional wrestling has since leveraged his fame to become a Hollywood star. However, he has returned his training with a renewed passion after learning of Masaru Takahara's ambition to become the world's top fighter.
Okay.
Let's fucking go.
Okay, brother. Let's do this.
It's Hulk Hogan. It's Hulk Hogan.
Hogan's gonna take you for a ride on the Pain Train, first class.
Oh, this game's great. Is it the same arena or is it different arenas? It has to be different arenas. Yeah. We're in a square circle. Wonderful. Right. Do I have my other? Yes. I keep the abilities. Wonderful. I still don't have items. Okay, brother. Oh, he's resistant to... Okay, he's not resistant to the things that I've unlocked. That's good. He's actually weak to wind attacks by look of it, or whatever. Actually, icon guide. What is the wind called? Yeah, wind damage. Okay. Boom! I've learned Max Bomber. Okay. Tell me about Max Bomber. Spin with outstretched arms to send enemies reeling. Okay. Well, I'm gonna go back in and go for another... That was a punching move, so I'm gonna use Arm Lock. And then I'll respond in kind.
Nice one. Whack.
So now you can't punch and you can't kick. So what should I do? Medium damage, medium damage. Let's try. I want to see me use Max Bomber. Boom.
Let's give the crowd something to remember.
Too early to heal? I don't know. Right, he's about to do something, so we'll focus. I'm ready for... Oh, okay, never mind. Downside of doing like the arm locks and stuff like that is that probably means I don't learn stuff, right? Because I need to be hit by them. It is a blue mage. It is a blue mage thing. Okay, That again? Who's he talking to? I do like that little animation of the bones breaking. Gale Strike! It's worrying me how little he's attacking me. German suplex, here we go. Oh, Jesus. Dive into an enemy ground and knock the wind out of them. Hell yeah. Right, hold on. I'm gonna run away. Heal. And again. Good. I would love to be able to rotate the arena, but I guess can't have everything, right? Right, I'm going to German suplex you before you can do it to me. And he's going to do it back. Oh man. Uh-oh. Oh shit. Oh shit. Did I like wrestling? Okay, he's not close enough. German suplex. Okay, so we defeat the Russians, we defeat the Americans.
You win! Gotta hand it to you, kid. That was a Max Morgan level performance. Maybe even better.
This feels so different from what I played earlier. Okay, let's go for Namkyat. Thai, Look Panjama Kick, and Spiral Knee. Blessed with surpassing agility and flexibility, this young man trained day and night that he might transform his body into the perfect weapon and become a Muay Thai champion. Those who have faced him in the ring often speak of this divine right foot, which he can deliver a blindingly fast knockout blow. So, kicks and knee is what we need to keep out for.
You must be tired, having come all the way from Japan.
That is a very authentic Thai accent.
Don't worry, I'll end it quick. You won't even have a chance to lay a finger on me.
I feel as though like they're gonna like pull like a Dalsim. Fun fact: for probably like the first 25 years of my life, I called them Dalism. For some reason, I thought the ISM it was ISM instead of SIM. Okay, so we're in Thailand. I mean, this is Street Fighter, right? Like, Sagat was Thai, Guile was American. Can't remember who was Russian though. Balrog, maybe? No, not Balrog. And Bison. I think he was Russian. Okay, let's. If I focus now, I should get those perks, right? Yep.
Only a select few get to lose to me.
What were those icons anyway? No, you're not gonna show me. Wonderful. So I'm gonna do arm locks because both of the attacks that I can steal are the knee. Restrict their arms. German suplex. As far as I can tell, there's no MP.
A god-made flesh.
Wait, they're dead already?
Lose.
Oh. Oh. I didn't mean...
You win.
Shit.
My face, my beautiful face. Very well. You've won this one.
Can I get a rematch? Please? Oh, okay, you can refight them. Great, good.
You must be top. Don't.
That would have been embarrassing. I can imagine, like, the original version was, like, programmed in such a way that you can only fight them once. I wouldn't be shocked.
Hell yeah! Only a select few get to lose to me.
Okay. We'll do medium damage this time.
So you're not all talk.
So that's one.
Heads up! Damn it!
Unlock again.
Hell yeah!
Hooah. Is that the other move?
No way! Guess I'd better kick it up a notch.
I need to let them do their thing. Yeah, still one move to go.
What?
Come at me.
No way!
Heal again, just in case. That's the other one. Thank you. I have spiral energy now. Oh, finally, my further range one.
A god made flesh cannot lose.
We are victorious.
You win. My face, my...
Okay, let's go for the Great Aja.
Aja.
Mexican, Frankensteiner and Tornado Press. This famed Japanese wrestler mastered the moves of the legendary luchador heel El Rudo. While his skills are impressive, his willingness to bend the rules and maim his opponents has led to some to call him the Angel of Death.
Okay. Well, if it isn't the mother himself.
So, you can say shit, but you can't say motherfucker, okay.
Want to learn a trick or two? Alright? I'll teach you how it feels to get your ass beat by the best!
Damn, son. What's my arena this time? So the Frankensteiner and something press are the moves that I'm looking for. Oof. Hi Ergo, how you doing today? Oh, are you scared of me? Is that what's happening here? Bite? Oh, poison, wonderful.
I'm through playing games with you!
That's okay. I mean, the first thing I did when I got the Twitch app was stop any notifications because my phone was just going off all the time. Right, does my focus get rid of poison? Yes. Oh, the Ps game. How is it? Frankensteiner, that's one move. This is Live Alive. That's good to hear. Like, there was some of the footage that had me a little worried, like, that looked like some like nasty little creatures to run away or fight from. I just wanted to be I just want to be a cat. Let us focus again. So this is a second story. The first story was set in the Wild West, and now we're in present day.
So predictable.
Backflip onto enemy shoulders and drive their head to grab a dope miss. You get plenty of time to be a cat. Excellent. I don't have a PS Extra, PS Premium, so I don't have it. And I've just spent money on this game, so I'll probably it'll be a while before I play Stray. Actually resistant to these, okay. You know what? I will just pass. No, don't bite me. The controller's purring. Oh, that's probably the best integration I've ever heard for a game. That sounds amazing. God, I wish that were me. Oh, there's the other move that I need. That's adorable. Hold on. Well, just what? Well, that's. I'm gonna turn on this light. Darker than I thought. Much better. Right, let's end this whole man's whole life.
It's almost over now.
Right, what are they weak to? Feet. Look, Panjama, kick. Excellent. 2 more to go.
You win. Well, shit. The punk actually took me down.
Didn't realize the whole theme, the locations was cyberpunk, is ticking the boxes for. Okay, I didn't know. I couldn't tell quite how cyberpunky it was, but if it's got plenty of neon, that's going to make it much harder for me to not get the game. We just fought Hulk Hogan, Max Morgan. We also fought Guile. Ooh. Alright, let's go for Jackie Iakea. Iakea. The Aloha Slap and the Mano Toss. In sumo, where the most mighty and physically dominant athletes vie for supremacy, this Hawaiian wrestler was hailed as a once-in-a-generation talent. After failing to achieve his lifelong dream of becoming a yokozuna, however, he renounced the sport and resolved instead to conquer the mixed martial arts world.
Okay.
So the slap and the toss are what I'm looking for.
Oh, looking for a fight? Ha! Bring it on! I've never lost to a man of Japan.
Very specific.
And if you think a sumo's all brawn and no finesse, you're in for a wake-up call.
What happened to you, Luffy? Is this like Salty Vet? No. We are Masaru Takahara, and he wants to be the very best like no one ever was. But he's basically a blue mage where he's stealing the enemy's attacks. Or Subaru from Food Wars, if you ever watched that. And this is very, very different from the previous story that I did. The previous story, I was a I was Sundown the Kid, and I was helping a village. Now I'm just training to be the best. So we've got like Edo Japan, Imperial China, present day, Wild West, far future. There's 7 to pick from. And this is the second story that I've picked. Okay, let's get right up in his grill. So he's weak to feet. This is my tournament arc, you're exactly right. So I'm gonna stop him from kicking because he was doing a toss and a slap. Those are like physical things.
I'll try not to send you home with a limp.
Okay, that's one. The Mano Toss. I'm going to focus. Also, the music's been great so far. All by Yoko Shimomura. I got their name wrong earlier. They're the one that does like all the music for Kingdom Hearts and stuff, and Somnus for Final Fantasy 15. Just gonna do it again. My leg! I've already got that one. Gale Strike. I feel as I have to say it like an anime protagonist. Seize. Oh, right. Let's go heal ourselves up. The others seem to have the power to self-heal, so... My concern is the final fight is going to be somebody who is like Shadow Link from Ocarina. Like, same move, whole, same health. Come on then, slap me. Gale Strike. No, stop tossing me. Oh, you missed, you fool. Well, so far, the thing is though, I accidentally killed somebody too soon and they let me refight them, so it's not worst case scenario if they died before it's too late.
Hell yeah! So predictable.
You missed. Come on, man, slap. There we go. Didn't do much. And it's like a real Blue Mage, you actually have to be hit by it. So what does the slap do? Oh, it's the wind magic, okay. Alright, let's finish this. They're weak to kicks. So medium, low. Okay.
Hell yeah! You won't want this off. That it? So predictable.
Such an anime protagonist. Right, we're gonna end with the German suplex because we have to. Oh, when I do the other wrestling move, I get the onomatopoeia boom, which is very cool.
You win! Oh boy, that's deep. But you got me. Put on a little weight, and you might have a shot at making Yokozuna!
No idea what Yokozuna is. I assume it's some sort of like sumo prestige. Okay, Seishi Moribe. Fleetfoot and Celestial Palm. Do not underestimate the practitioner of the ancient Japanese martial art of Koppo. He has rediscovered and perfected much that was forgotten, such as the Celestial Palm, a deadly strike which can kill a fully armoured man outright.
Okay.
You seek to become the strongest, and so the path you walk has led you to me.
And so far, the English dub's been pretty good. Gotta say, I really enjoyed the dub for
There
the
are many
Wild West.
hearts, but there is only one couple. Defeat me, and we will speak of its secrets.
They were a famous sumo wrestler. Oh, okay. Thank you. Oh, there's nobody here to watch our fight. Oh. Because he used it as a noun. Didn't realize it was an actual person. First up, focus. So Celestial Palm and something else.
If I may.
It's been years, but I remember watching a video of like a sumo wrestler in Japan, like going on a night out and just like how much he would eat and drink was just ridiculous. Hey, come on, hit me. So that's the palm technique.
Let us hold nothing back.
Get rid of these debuffs. We've already been through this, my friends. Maybe I should break his arms. Well, that did a lot of damage.
There's more to you than passion and ambition.
Give me your arm.
Hell yeah!
Leg sweep, that was the other one, thank you. It's mine now. Or not. I thought leg sweep was his other move. It's a shame I can't turn off the reactions. Dead. Well, I'm missing one move so far. And because he's the last fight, I'm not sure what's going to happen next. I'm supposed to master all their techniques.
Perhaps the time has come for bold young fighters to lead martial arts into a new era.
Okay, they're making me save, so probably. What's going on? That's clearly Sagat. And what is this music? This is like... I mean, granted, I've not played 6, but this feels like I'm about to fight Kefka or something.
Mercy will be your undoing.
That's Sagat!
The so-called masters you defeated, whose techniques you made your own in your quest to become the very best.
Like no one ever was.
You left them alive, and so others were free to follow in your wake. I, on the other hand, ensured my victories were complete.
So he has the same moves as me, doesn't he?
Without exception. Namkiat, the naive brat.
Are you going to describe everyone that we fought?
Gaudi Luchador, the great Aja.
Yep.
Simple-minded Han. Jackie, still dreaming of a squandered youth. Max, who was never more than a mere showman. And of course, that doddering fraud Moribe. Each late dead at my feet when I was finished. For true triumph is found only in death, in the extinguishing of a life and its legacy. You glory in nothing. And who am I, you ask? I am that which you yearn to become, the greatest warrior.
Okay, this guy's waxing a lot poetic, but I'm enjoying his theatrics.
Odie O'Bright!
Oh yeah. Oh. Oh. Let me go back. Roll back the tape. Roll back the tape. Right. In the Wild West, our enemy was a character called ODO. And I was like, is that a JoJo's reference? Right? This villain is ODO as well. So, I think something is going on here. Heart of Stone as well, yeah. Also, let's just appreciate this screen for a moment. It's not that you hate milk, but that you can't stomach it unless it's fresh from your mother's tits. And my response was, your mother's, maybe. So there's something about the villains being called ODO of some kind.
You son of a bitch. A warrior. Like hell you are.
So they can say bitch, they can say shit, but so far they've not allowed me to say fuck.
You're nothing but a cold-blooded murderer. With Namkiat's speed, the great Ajah's acrobatics, Han's guile, Jackie's strength.
No. Like this game. Right, did I take a picture of Han? Did I take a picture of Han? No, I didn't. Okay. Han looked like Guile. Like, was Guile, except Russian. So the fact... Fucking... This game.
Max's determination, Moribei's wisdom.
Okay.
And with my own righteous fury, I will end you!
Oh, raids! From, I feel as though I keep on messing up your name every time I've tried to read it. Lantux? Please let me know. Thank you for the raids. How was your stream? Were you playing Stray? I feel as though you were playing Stray. We're currently playing Live Alive. How are you? Welcome, Raiders. My name is K-Turpy. We're currently playing Live Alive. I am a pink tiger. Let's go. First of all, we're going to focus. And hopefully they weren't caught out by ads and missed my introduction. Oh, today was Fall Guys, my mistake. Yeah, I've heard great things. I've just found out that the PlayStation controller purrs, and now it feels like I have to buy the game. How was Fall Guys? Did you get any crowns? Okay, what's this dude weak to? He has no weaknesses. Excellent. Straight. Oh, we're absolutely using Celestial Palm. He can probably do the same, though. This guy's massive. Reaper Scythe, that doesn't bode well. Back we go. Let's try and get another debuff. So yeah, this is the second chapter that I've played so far today. The first chapter was a Wild West, and now we're in the present day and doing our own tournament arc. Every character seems to be ripped out straight out of Street Fighter. I'm literally fighting Sagat right now. Let's send them flying. Well, I focus. Go eat and stuff. Have a great stream, though. Thank you so much. Thank you for the raid. I hope enjoy your dinner or your lunch. I'm not quite sure where you are based in the world, but enjoy whatever you're eating. I'll be here for maybe like a half an hour at least left. But yeah, go eat and chill out. Best thing to do after stream. Where is my long-ranged one? Or I could hold on. Let's cripple them with the arm lock and heal hold. Excellent. That's one. And the other. My leg!
Still with me? Excellent.
I'm gonna refocus.
Pay attention now.
So, yeah, this has knockback, right? Gotta say, the debuffs go away pretty fast. And the buffs, actually. Where is... Look, let's, you know, let's do the German suplex, see if we can get that debuff. No, this one. Frankensteiner. And again.
We've taken each other's measure. Now
Diving DDO. Okay.
Damn it.
This doesn't look good for old Kyle. Right, hold on. Yeah, they're about to do a move, so if I moved, it would take their tick for them. Just punch me or something so I can counter it.
I'm going to enjoy this.
Let's go do it again.
So predictable.
Yeah, let's do it one more time for our own safety. This music's so good. It's like I'm remembering the first time I booted up Omori, and just like absolutely amazed by the sound. Let's go for this. Hold on. Yeah, he's pretty debuffed. So let us German suplex.
It's over.
Crush. Where's my Max Bomber? Yeah, this is the one I wanted to show you, Ergo. The onomatopoeia in my character. Boom. Diving DDO. Oh no. Oh, excellent.
Not too bad.
My arm! Refocus. I know it's just focus, but I'm reapplying it, so.
Pay attention now.
Right, I wonder if if I move here. No, I don't think it will. I know I'm just giving him time to, like... Let us... Where was the one that cast poison? German suplex, Frankenstein, no. Atos, maybe. Cross heel hold? No. Unsure. Doesn't matter. Let's knock them away for a moment. Nope. Didn't work.
This is a fight.
No, this is pod racing. Okay, so that's his legs. Legs fucked. Let's get his arms. Drink some water? Sure can, Nightbot. Thank you, Nightbot. Let's finish this with another Max Bomber. Maybe. Bonebreaker. Celestial Palm. German Suplex. Crush.
Is this my blood?
So far, this one's been very light on story. Okay, yeah, it's just Street Fighter. Action learned. Oh, it's just like in Ultima Thule Xenos.
It's only just begun, boy. This ambition of yours. One after another, without end.
Yeah, EW,
Others will
ooh,
come.
Endwalker.
To take your head and your crown. You stand in judgment with bloodied hands.
You spelled judgment wrong, but okay.
And will again. As well you should. It is your nature.
I can hear my cat crying.
How long until the next? I wonder.
Dead. I'm gonna look at the river. Ah, tranquil. Must be swift as a coursing river with all the force of a great typhoon. Masaru Takahara. This guy is...
Isn't it? The greatest warrior. Which means that when I've beaten you, I'll be the best of the best.
What voice is that? This guy's straight out of Baki. Is this the cliffhanger? What's gonna happen? Okay, I guess that was that's 2 episodes down. It's Guile. It's Guile. Look at him. Sonic Boom. So I wonder if it'll show my repeat of the Great Aja fight. Max Morgan? Good on them for designing all the arenas. They could have easily just used the same arena. We'll see which move we missed out on. Probably not a big deal. Granted, they're dead now, so I can't get it. Luffy in 2nd gear or 3rd gear? I don't know, I've not read One Piece enough. Can't believe Dio is the villain in this game as well. Fleetfoot, that was the one I was missing. let's at least start a third episode. I don't know how long the other ones are, but I don't want to stop streaming just yet. Yoko Shimomura. Okay, I was right in pronunciation. Shimomura. Okay, time to pick a new part. Ow. Winner. A winner is you. Two missions down. Alright, let's choose a new time period. Okay, so we have prehistory, we have the near future, distant future, twilight of Edo Japan, and Imperial China. Do I have a preference on where we go? All I know about the prehistory one is they don't speak. They basically speak in emojis because, you know, caveman era. Near future seem to be Akira Toriyama character. Distant future I seem to be some sort of baseball with glasses. Edo Japan I'm clearly a ninja. Imperial China I'm an old man. Prehistory I am green hair. Baseball, okay. Far from Earth, in the vast void of space, the transport freighter Cogito Ergo Sum, oh, it's you, slowly makes its way home. Aboard this tiny vessel, a new form of life is born. Alas, as a series of incidents put the safety and well-being of the ship's crew in jeopardy, this autonomous support unit, but recently built by the engineer Kato, must work together with its creators to ensure all is not lost. Congrats, you were canon in 1994 when this game originally came out. I can see the future. Bum, 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 bum. This is referencing a lot. Record of cap departure. Registration Cogito or Cogito? Cogito Ergo Sum. Class Civilian Transport Freighter. Destination Earth. Xenobiological specimen. In the cargo. Crew of 5. 1 passenger. Courier military. Kind of phallic, but okay. Cargo manifest. Primary cargo xenobiological specimen. Description giant quadruped. Habitat unknown. Capabilities unknown. I have to say, I've been enjoying this HD 2D thing that they're going for. The bloom's not been as bad as what I saw with Octopath and Triangle Strategy. And to be honest, that picture or trailer showed of Dragon Quest III with HD 2D did look good. Orders for command concerning specimens are as follows. Detailed study of specimen is of highest priority. All necessary measures should be taken to ensure delivery. Escort is mandated. A xenomorph's gonna burst out their stomach, right? Look, I'm clearly not him. I'm supposed to be playing a baseball. The distant future. The mechanical heart. There I am. Take me out to the ball game. Oh yeah, I forgot there's voice acting for some reason.
Okay. That should do it.
Oh, he's British.
Huh? That's odd. Very odd indeed. I'm certain I did everything right.
Speak.
Huh?
Oh, I moved instead of speak. Great.
It worked. It worked. Brilliant! Wonderful! Hello there, little one. Can you hear me? My name is Kato. K-A-T-O. Kato, it's a pleasure to meet you.
What's my name?
Right, of course. You need a name. Let's see. Well, you're quite round. Roundy?
That's terrible.
That's terrible. I'll
Oh,
leave it for
snap.
a dog. Yes, well, you may be round, but mankind's strength is our sense of humor. Cube.
Sure, I like it better than
Possibly
Roundy.
Worse. Naming was never my forte.
You know what? I'm fine with
Perhaps
Cube.
Inspiration will strike as we walk. Come along, little one.
I'm sure it's not, but my brain keeps on thinking, is that Justin Bailey doing the voice? As in the voice of Graha. I know it's not Graha. It just... Personal log. Date, the XEX of the X of the year X. Completed first prototype. Performed basic stress tests. I know it's not. My brain just misses Graha. Initial results are passable. Conducted additional testing of second prototype. Motor functions need work. Locked up during tests. Remote operation function was within acceptable parameters. Commenced construction of third prototype. Finished reading latest Earth tech journals. New circuit boards are most impressive. In any event, I will make do with what I have. Completed third prototype at last. Will begin performing tests after I finish my rounds of the ship. The captain came to take a look at my work. He said we're 1 week out from Earth, which means that tomorrow we're to bring others out of cryo. Hopefully I can get our new crew member up and running by then. Personal computer. A schematic titled Support Unit version 3 is currently displayed on the screen. Holographic photo frame. A smiling elderly couple stand on either side of a young boy holding a toy spaceship. Toy robot. A mint condition vintage Steel Titan. Now, Steel Titan is another thing in this game because only because I've pre-ordered the figure on Square Enix, so I know Steel Titan exists. Kitchen unit. Variety of dishes and utensils are soaking in a solution in the sink. Alright. Can I, Nope. Okay, you're gonna make me continue the plot.
Good. Good. Follow me.
Why did they give me a hat?
The first thing we need
Backwards
to do
cap
is
especially.
register you as a crew member. Otherwise, you won't be free to move about the ship.
Oh my goodness. I've defeated the champion. Professor Oak's about to help me register my Pokemon in the Hall of Fame. Does it not look like the champions room for the Hall of Fame? It absolutely is. Okay. Wait, I wanted to
Right
interact
then.
with it.
Yes.
It's just a bit more foreboding with the red light. Greetings, Cato. I hope this morning finds you well.
Top of the morning to you too. I'd like to enter a new crew member into the system.
Understood. Scanning new crewmate. Scan complete. Classification. Autonomous support. Please state designation. Yeah, fine. Cube. Cube it is. Creating profile.
And with that, you should be able to come and go as you like.
Set whether you want to match with males or females. Set your distance and age.
Oh, and whatever you do, don't forget your name. Access to private quarters is subject to some perfunctory security restrictions. To enter, you may need to input your name. So, if you're ever having trouble, that's one thing you can try. To do so, access the panel to the left of a door. Do you understand? Or would you like me to repeat myself?
I understand.
Then the next order of business, little one, is a test of your analytical skills.
A test of your reflexes.
I'm going to leave this room and head to another area on this floor. I want you to try and find me.
Oh, and if you're ever feeling lost, take a moment to review the ship's map. Press minus to display a map of the ergo sum. If you are ever unsure where to go, refer to this. Okay. Bit of a... Okay. Bit to navigate, sure. This really makes me want to go finish 13 Sentinels now. 13 Sentinels is a vanillaware game, and it kind of it's different, but it's all about multiple characters and like different timelines. 13 Sentinels is much more determined to make people like meet each other, and whereas so far these have been pretty self-contained. But I really need to sit down and finish 30 Sentinels. It's also a beautiful looking game. Anyway, so well, I kind of know where he is if you put the marker on the minimap game. But okay.
Good. You made it. Now it's time for you to meet your fellow crew members. Through this door, you'll find the cryogenic stasis pods. We use them to put humans into cold sleep to preserve resources during long trips into space. Little one, I have a very important job for you.
Kill them.
I want you to head inside and wake up your new friends. You can do it.
Nope. Right, you know what? Let's. Oh, I'm getting disinfected. Wonderful. You know what? Let's not fanny about it. Let's continue the story. I'm sure they're going to be very excited for a baseball to wake them up. The cryogenic stasis unit hums softly. Information concerning the registered occupant is displayed on a nearby screen. Kirk Wells, helmsman. A single button flashes on the console. Lieutenant Surge? Guile? Cryogenic stasis unit hums softly. Information concerning the registered occupant is displayed on the nearby screen. Well, would you look at that? Well, that's all you have to say. Okay. So this is Rachel Klein, Signaler. The what was his nickname in Pokemon? The Lightning American or something like that? Huh? What is this? Well, there's a Tara Bradford. Branford or Bradford? Probably Branford. Tara Branford. Yeah, this is like references upon references, isn't it? Like I've not seen Alien, and you're probably going to then shout at me for not seeing Alien. But as soon as I heard the British voice, I'm like, yeah, something's going to come out of his stomach. Branford, okay. The cryogenic stasis hums softly. This is Huey Trumbull, chief mate, head of cargo. In any other game, all these NPCs would be the playable JRPG party, and my character would be the comic relief that you would have to get to the very end of the game to make them like super OP. Anything else to say? Nope. Chrissy, wake up. Yoshiyuki Kato, he's already awake. Hor Bishop, ship's captain, transport freighter, Kogita, ergo sum. Oh, he's already up as well. I can't wait to see the Mayland cooperation. I only know Wayland because yeah, this is unlocked a memory. I've only ever seen Prometheus, and I remember telling this to somebody who was like a massive Aliens fan. He's like, you could see like the genuine heartbreak in his eyes of me telling him I've only seen Prometheus. Also, is Wayland referenced in Blade Runner? I feel so that's like the Mayland Botany Corporation. Fairly sure Wayland is in Blade Runner of some sort. Anyway. Our last occupant is Reserve Unit. Is that his name? Or maybe he's the robot. Oh, he's got a hat. Just like me. He's just like me, for real.
Thank you, little one. I appreciate the help.
But I want to talk to the guy that clearly looks like Zangief with a hat.
Good morning, my friends.
Finished your pet project?
When did Final Fantasy VI come out originally? This was so. Live Alive was 94. But yeah, it absolutely looks like Terra.
Indeed. They have even taken a name for themselves.
Cube.
Hello, my name is Rachel. Looking forward to working with you.
Nice to meet you, buddy. Name's Kirk.
I can also make guttural sounds.
Rise and shine, Huey. We've been on ice long enough.
Show us what you've got. Mind giving Sleeping Beauty here a swift kick to get him up and moving?
Lethal force, you say? Or you can smack him upside the head with gusto, whatever you fancy. Maybe just a gentle poke. Go on, you can do it. Yeah. What? I wonder what a guttural ball sounds like. The only other mecha ball I can think of right now is the ball from Gundam. I forget its actual classification, but it's literally just like a ball.
Cook, you dingus.
Oh yeah, the nodes as well.
I'll thank
It was
you
Allagans
again
all
for
along.
not kicking a blissfully sleeping man's pillow. I'm sure we had this conversation before. What is that thing?
Easy there, Huey.
Oh, he's the one person that really hates animatronics and robots because like they fucked his wife like back on Earth, and ever since he's hated them since.
We're still coming out of cryo. As for the new addition, it's that bot Kato's been working on forever.
Huh? Oh, bot. Kato's bot. Right, that project of his. He got it up and running. Hello there. I'm Huey.
Huey Emmerich.
Corporal Darth. Feeling well rested?
Hardly.
Not the voice I would have picked, but sure.
If anyone actually feels better coming out of cryo, I've yet to meet them.
Guess what, Corporal? Kato finally finished the bot he was working on. Let's introduce you.
Never mind that. Let's dispense with the formalities.
But we both have red hats. And Terra has a red ribbon.
Tell me, though,
Oh no, red ribbon RV.
do you intend to let your clank have the run of the ship?
What the fuck do you call me?
If so, then I expect you to see that it does not get underfoot, and to discipline it if it does. If there is nothing else, then I will go on ahead to the recreation room and prepare for the briefing.
I thought recreation rooms were for recreation and not meetings. Bye, Zangief.
That's a military man for you. All business.
Real piece of work, huh?
You know what, I don't want to say like the bar's low, but good on them for having like a variety of accents in this game. They're not just all American or all British. Good for them. Square
Right,
Enix we're
of course.
talking about.
The customary briefing after waking the crew. You should join us in the recreation room too. Don't worry about the corporal. He'll warm to you in due time.
It's as if you actually see it as one of us. But I suppose that's just your way.
I mean, this is a JRPG, so I'm gonna have to fight something. It's either gonna be the crewmates or the xenomorphs. One or the other.
Oh, do you think so?
Beep boop. What's in here? Let's maybe not take the lift. There you are, Cube. No sign of the captain. He's usually such a stickler for punctuality.
Oh, you must be interested in my book. Would you like to read it?
I would like to read it. No, you put me on the chair. The Dawn of the Space Age.
It was written by humans long, long ago.
I've come around on Huey.
I've always enjoyed these older stories. They have an earnestness, an adventurous spirit that speaks to me.
Says the guy who's practically terrified of his own shadow.
It must sound strange to you, seeing as how you were born on this ship, so to speak. I think you should learn as much as you can. Expand your horizons. Take a look around the ship and see if anything interests you. Don't just rely on humans to teach you either. Experiment. Try to do things on your own. Kato, does this bot of yours have any unique abilities or talents?
That is a good question. I would like to know also.
Well, no.
Oh.
Not as such. But they do have the capacity to process data and develop skills. Such as... why don't I teach you how to prepare coffee?
What is my purpose? You make coffee.
Come with me, little one. I'll show you how to use the machine.
Yeah, man, sure. Coffee machine sits atop the counter, expectant. Just push the button, it's simple enough. Oh, okay. And now it's a hat. Well, would you look at that? Mind if I have a taste? A bit bitter for me. Sorry, it's the first cup. You told me it was just a simple press of a button. That was my fault? Alright, I see how it is. Kirk is really good at this game.
This retro game is my latest obsession. I love it.
Kirk, you have made more progress in a shorter period of time than any other player to date. Your skill and dedication are impressive.
Damn straight.
Oh, that's Hal, isn't it? But it's pink instead of red.
You want to give it a go?
Yes, please. Give me a minigame. Captain Square. You can interact with the arcade machine in the recreation room to play the Captain Square retro video game. Arcade machine. Captain Square. Oh. Okay, this is where the combat is then. Oh, so I don't even play as Cube. Interesting. Oh, hello, Jake. What mischief do you want? During battles, Captain Square, you can select Quick Game to stop playing and resume the story of the Gita Ergo song. If you have the memory card in your possession, you can save your progress and resume from the last stage. However, if you do not, you will have to start over from the beginning. Okay. I say we try and get as far as we can, and if we fail, we then go look for the memory card. Oops. Oh, what's this? Release a powerful blast of fire energy to burn nearby enemies. Yeah, let's do that.
Supernova!
There's my AoE. Oh, it hurts me as well. Shit. Okay, well now I know. Any long range... Oh. Unleash a stream of hazard particles to stun an enemy. I'm gonna get out of the tile. Anything to heal with? No. You know what? Quark Sword. What does it do? Slash an enemy with the ultimate sword that can cut through anything. Extended charge time required. That doesn't even hit him. Let's give it a try. Animus.
No!
Sorry, just locking my cat out. Tachyon swords. There must be a reward for... Okay, that's interesting. The victory screen isn't... In the previous ones, it was like a fire and gold. Now it's just silver. Venus. Okay, how many stages are there? Oh, these are adorable! I'm not gonna kill them. Can I move this? No. Right. They did a move called Cosmic Suicide Headbutt. Right. Tachyon sword. Oh, it seems to heal me as well.
No!
Just gonna get out of that. Drop on the energy of the cosmos to restore a small amount of HP and enhance my attributes. Okay. Burst of fire, concentrated plasma. Sure. Nice.
Stage clear.
Yeah, there must be a reward for doing this. Right? Water spout. Extended charge time. Oh, I don't like the name of that, Aquaflare. Oh. Okay, I'm gonna have to Supernova. And heal. Please let me take a turn. Oh no, I'm spilling more. Supernova. Nice.
Victory!
It's gonna really suck if I lose now. Oh dear. Hello. I'm gonna do the same thing again.
Supernova!
Love sacrifice. Oh. Not quite sure what their antics are. So it heals, but it debuffs. Okay. Take your time, guys. No rush. Oh, they absorb it. Shit. Okay, what about this pion bomb? No, it's fire. Let's get out of there. Hmm. That was a mistake.
Healing!
Damn. So... Tail whip. It's felt funny. Well, I learned my lesson. Don't use Supernova on this turn. In this round. Does it affect people nearby?
Plasma ball!
That didn't do a lot. Anyway, let's do the same thing again. Kill his broodmother. I'm worried it's going to do something bad. Enough with the tail whips. My god. I'm getting like awful flashbacks to playing Final Fantasy 1 and just constantly waiting. Unleash stream of hazard particles to poison and stun an enemy. I don't have time for that. Where's the thing that heals me? Yeah, let's go find the memory cards. Doesn't seem like it can speed up combat either. This is what Yu-Gi-Oh! Feels like nowadays. Spent absolutely ages waiting for your opponent to finish.
Critical.
Oh, thank goodness. So yeah, there seems to be a mechanic. If you kill the boss before the mooks, they either go away or disheartened. They don't seem to have any weaknesses. So, can I run out of this bomb? Let's find out. Okay, they're making like an electrical field. Okay, it doesn't hurt me. That's good. So could I just keep on spamming this? Oh, I'm gonna die soon.
Ion bomb.
That was this one. Okay. Unleash stream hazard particles. So I didn't quite... Okay, never mind. Ignore me. I'm moving over so I can supernova. But they're going to do all their turn first by the looks of it. I'm going to heal.
Plasma charge!
You know what? That's fair. Okay, let us spin in place to surround enemies and send them flying. Alright. Yeah. Okay, you didn't send them flying, but whatever. Damn it. Your movement builds up their ATB. How about... Do not want to electrify them. Oh, I'm so sick of these tiles. Okay. We cast Supernova here. No.
Critical!
Who am I even hitting? Nobody.
No!
Well, it's from 94, so they probably think Pluto's still a planet, right?
Supernova!
This may be the end. How is everyone anyway while we deal with this? Tachyon sword. At least I'll get HP.
Tachyon sword!
Excellent. Tachyon sword. Alright. Any of these reach him? Quark sword.
Quark sword!
We did it.
Stage clear!
How many stages are there? It's... Perhaps they're friendly. Okay, so it looks like my accuracy is going down. Leave me alone.
Ion bomb.
Miss. Wonderful.
No.
Oh. Well. Oh, I am completely buggered. I should have done this first before I did my Tachyon. Oh, this is not good. You never know, they might be weak to fire. Maybe if I paid more attention to the combat screen.
No.
I can turn it around. Okay, I'm doing some decent damage. Excellent. I'll turn that around.
Victory!
So what was that, Saturn? Haha, you're anus. Okay. If I... No, let's not do that. How much damage can I just do? Not a lot. Okay. Oh wow, I can't go anywhere. I'm not weak to anything. Right, this'll do. Oh, can these things all attack? Shit. Oh!
Ion bomb.
I don't want to have to... Oh... I feel like my chances are better if I try and go for another bomb rather than... Oh no, everything's recovering health. Shh. I'm not as smart as I was hoping. I'm dead. GG.
Not cut out for it after all, huh?
Fuck off, Kirk.
Let me give you some advice. You can't always be aggressive. Pay attention to your enemies and how their attacks work.
Well, I'm gonna call it there because I'm tilted. Save. Yeah. Thank you everyone that's been here today. I'm gonna go chill out. Don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go chill out. Let's see if anyone's live since Lantux had the kindness to raid me. I should probably do the same for somebody else. Ah, I assume that was Ergo throwing something. It was. Okay, we've got somebody streaming Stray. Or, oh, multiple people are playing Stray, actually. Froob is playing Live as well. You know what, let's just end it there, because I need to remember to download this VOD now, because that's the thing. I'm uploading to YouTube now, all my VODs, or all the VODs that currently exist. So yeah, I've saved. I may play some off stream. I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know if there'll be a second stream for Live Alive, but we'll see. So I'm going to say thank you to everyone watching. And I will be streaming again some point next week. This is Friday, right? Yeah, this is Friday. So I'll see you guys next week. Until then, cheerio.